One of the most challenging problems when dealing with a cloud server is that you need to ensure security to your server, because there are a lot of people out there who will brute force into your server, and that is something that you really would not want. So the problem is made worse because people can easily figure out the IP address of your server. So what you should do to secure your server is a few essential steps that you should take to secure your server is what we'll be talking about today. So first off, log into your droplet and move over to type in nano etc/sshd_config. I will have this in the description, or at least if I remember. And anyways, so you're gonna have to press enter on there and it will open up the nano text editor. Now what you want to do is go over to where it says permit root login and change this to without password. Now what this will do is it will force the user to force the person who's trying to log in to use an SSH key, so that so that no one can just brute force into your droplet, which is essential. But make sure that you have set up SSH keys. To learn how to set up SSH keys, refer to this video right here. Now another thing you have to do is switch the port. People can just keep trying to log into your SSH through your SSH terminal. Although it will fail, it just causes a lot of load on your CPU. So one of the best steps you could do is change the port that SSH runs on, and you can do this by moving over to this place where it says what ports, IP and protocols we listen for, and it says port 22 right here. To search for it, just click on Control W and type in port. You will probably get it as the second result. Now change this port to something that you can remember, yet is not easy to guess. It's kind of complicated or something like that. I prefer setting it above the 2000 range, but you can keep it anything. For example, for now I'll just keep it 8921. Now once you're done with that, you can click on Control X and say Y to change the settings and press enter. Now you will have to restart your SSH service. So we're going to do service service SSHD restart. Now it'll service SSH restart, sorry, and it will restart the service. It won't say anything at first, but the next time you log in, you won't be allowed to log in until you use port 8921 and a SSH key. So let me demonstrate to you right now. I'm going to exit out, or rather I'll keep that terminal session running and I'll go into PuTTY. Now I'll click on the tutorial option that I had saved, or preset you could say, and it says connection refused. Now I'll open up PuTTY again. I'll load the tutorial I'll load the tutorial preset, and I actually forgot what port it was. Okay, so it's 8921. I'll go over to 8921 and I'll log in. Now it will ask me for the RSA fingerprint, and I'll just say accept. Now if I open up root, it will get connected. Now however, if I was to disconnect from here, and let's say I create another, I'll first change the password. Actually, I'll go into this and I'll say passwd. Let's change the root password to something like asdfg@jkl, and then I'll type that in again, and now I'll press enter. The password has been changed successfully. Now I'll real quickly load that SSH configuration back in. I'll go into SSH, I'll go into auth, and I'll just remove the SSH key like that. Now if I was to save this again and run it back with the port, which I keep forgetting for some reason, it's 8921. So I'll use that port again, 8921, and if you can see, it will ask me for the root username. I'll enter that. Even if I enter the correct password, ASDFGHJKL, and press enter, it will deny me the connection. It'll just say access denied, even though I have entered the right password. So yeah, that was all for today. Don't forget to rate and subscribe.